Hello and welcome. My name is Mandy VanHavermaet, and this is a quick video to show you how to fold the box for the Paper Pumpkin September 2022 Spooky Treats Paper Pumpkin. This is just showing you how to fold the box. So let's get right into it. This is the piece that you get when you get your paper pumpkin, right? And it folds actually into a tray like this. So let's go ahead and do that. What you're going to do is just fold each one of on each one of the folds, just fold it back and forth. Just get those so they're nice and, right, bendable, right? I guess we could say. It's really not as hard as it looks. It does not make a box it makes a tray. It doesn't make a box, it makes a tray. So that's the difference, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these two sides and we're going to put those up, and this is actually going to fold that direction, okay? So they go like this, okay? And then you're going to bring this short side in and fold that so that it goes like that, okay? And then you're going to bring this side over and just go directly like that, and then it tucks in and it makes this nice little tray. There's no glue, it's all held together nicely by itself, and so we can make our little treats. So they just slide right in. There's that one. The white one goes with the purple, this one, and then the spider web, or the web one here, goes with that. So that's how you can do your boxes. Fits like Tootsie Rolls. Sorry, I always have Tootsie Rolls. That's one of my deals. Fits some Tootsie Rolls in there, fits some treats in there, and you can give them away. So if you like this video, I appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up, and I hope that this helps to figure out how to fold the boxes. Thanks, bye-bye. Hello and welcome. My name is Mandy VanHavermaet, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Gray Eagle, Minnesota, and I'm going to show you a couple of alternatives from the September 2022 Paper Pumpkin. It is called Spooky Treats. As the box kind of indicates, it's Halloween-y kind of thing and super fun treat packaging. But I'm going to show you a different alternative for a card using this. So I've got these two pieces here. First, let me show you what the packaging actually is. So what they make are some treat packaging, right? They're little trays that have a belly band wrapped around them with the different kind of looking Halloween graphics and things, right? So very cute. I love them. However, of course, I'm going to make a couple of alternatives. And one of them is going to be this card. So I'm going to, there's no card bases with the kit. So I've got a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the center at 4 1/4. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish that. If I can find a bone folder, there it is. Okay, so there's my card base. I've got these two pieces here. I'm going to focus on this piece right away, and then I'll bring this piece in a little bit. And then we are going to decorate it with some of the embellishments that came with the stamp set, namely the spider. And I'm basically copying the treat box. I'm really not stepping too far out of that realm. I'm going to also use the little strip of fresh freesia. So we'll set those aside for right now. Don't let me lose them, because you know I tend to lose things on my desk. I swear my desk just sucks it up. Okay, so this is this would be our belly band, right? So it's scored a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take my paper trimmer and actually cut off exactly where it's scored. So I'm taking this little piece off, and I'm taking this little piece right off. And so I'm just lining that score mark up inside my paper trimmer. Okay, so now I want to score this, because what I'm going to do is actually raise this up a little bit, so it's going to be a raised feature on our card. I'm not putting it directly on our card. So what I want to do is line up that inside score mark with the 1/4 inch mark. So you can see the 1/4 inch mark right there. So I've got my, make sure you use your scoring blade, not your cutting blade. We're going to score a second score line there, and we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm lining up that score mark here with the 1/4 inch mark, and that's going to raise it up just a little bit. So we're going to fold this, and I'm going to fold it a couple of times. And the reason that I'm folding it a couple times is because I really want it to be bendy. I want it to bendy. That's a word. I want it to be very like, I want the paper, the fibers to be broken really well. Okay. So we're going to fold that back and forth a couple times on each one of the score lines. Okay. And then I also want to reinforce this just a little bit. So this is how it's going to sit on our card. Kind of like this and like this. So it's going to attach down onto the card like that. But this part is really kind of weak because there's not a lot of actual material there. So I'm going to reinforce this. So I'm going to take this scrap that I had. It's exact same width across, right? Because it's the other side of the belly band. And I'm just going to cut 1/4 inch pieces there, because that's how wide our strip is. So there's a 1/4 inch, and there's a 1/4 inch. And I'm just wanting to reinforce my piece there. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of glue and just put a little piece of glue right there, and a little piece of glue right down here. Okay. And I'm just reinforcing that. So just line it right up with the bottom. Just making our piece, our web piece, just a little bit stronger. And this card will be mailable when we're done with it. It won't be too poofy or too thick. So really kind of neat. And it's a different way to get some dimension on your cards too. So lots of fun. So I'm going to let that dry for just a second. While it's drying, I'm going to bring this piece in, and I'm going to cut 2 1-inch strips that are the length of the card. So I'm going to trim it, line it up at 5.5, and then I'm going to cut 1-inch strips. So I'm going to line it up with a 1-inch. I love our paper trimmer because the fact that it has measurements on each side. I use this side a lot. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but it counts out this way. So it's 1.5 inches this side. I use that side a lot. So I've got 3 1-inch strips there. Okay, so take those, and now I've let this dry for just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, so I want, when I adhere it down, I want it to be like this down on my card. Okay, and I'm just eyeballing it to make sure that it's centered like that, and we are going to adhere it down. You can use tear and tape, or you can use Tombow glue. Either one will work, but I would, something with a stronger seal is what I would honestly recommend. I like the Tombow glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room, so that you can make sure that it's pulled in all the way. So what I mean by that is make sure that when you put it in there, put it down there, you're squishing it down. Okay, and then just hold it there for a second to make sure that your glue adheres, right? And what's going to happen is when you let go, it's going to pop up a little bit. Isn't that neat? It's got like a shadow then behind it, and it's got just a little, it's like it's got dimensionals behind it, but it doesn't. And that's why we put the reinforcements right here, so that it actually pops up nicely. And it will pop a little more if you make it pop a little more, but there we go. Okay, so we're going to adhere our strips to hide our part that's holding down the pop-up, so just like that. So now you can use your stamp and seal if that's what you like to use, as my dad would say, if that, pick your poison, right? Got some on the counter there. I prefer Stamp and Seal. That's my adhesive of choice, but they all have a reason to use them. So I use all of the adhesives a lot. Stamp and Seal to me is just the quickest and the easiest. I bet Stampin' Up! Knows, but I wonder what is the most used adhesive. Oh, the thoughts that go through my mind, right? Okay, so I've got, isn't that cute? And so it pops up just a little bit. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now I've got the stamp that just says Happy Halloween, and I have got my Orchid Oasis ink pad. I choose to use my full-size ink pad because I like my full-size ink pads. You can use the Stampin' Spot. That's why it's there. So I'm just going to center that right on that strip. So pretty. I love that combination. I would have never put the Orchid Oasis with these colors, but doesn't it look phenomenal? I love it. Okay, so here again, I'm not a big fan of the glue dots that come with the kit, so I am going to use my liquid glue, and I've got room to move this a little bit bigger. When I did it on the box, right, you have to have your spider up a little higher, but I can put my spider down hanging off that web a little bit because I changed it up. It's on a card. So I'm going to put, oh, that's a lot of glue. All right, so I'm going to put my spider right there. Isn't it funny that this is the only time of year that we like spiders? We put our spiders on our cards. We sure do. Okay, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive in spots in a straight line. There we go. So I can put my greeting banner across. Just like that. So now I've got my Happy Halloween that I'm going to drop first and then put just like that. And scoot it over to center it just like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now where's my stars? My stars are right here. Let's put some of those guys on there. Grab my Take Your Pick tool. And here again, these stars are ridiculously thin. I love them. The thinner the embellishment, the happier I am. And that could have something to do with being a postal employee. I don't know. But I like it when they give us flat embellishments. They just make me happy. Stick that down there. And I think I need one more. Another small one. How about right over here? There it is. Okay, so there's card number 1. Isn't that cute? That is like the coolest card. I love it. So it pops up. It gives it some shadow back behind there. You could most definitely stamp a sentiment of some sort on the inside. Trick or treat. Actually, let's do that. Let's get the trick or treat stamp out. Let's do that. Pull out a piece of basic white. Trick or treat right there. Just like that. Straight down, straight up. Fun, fun. I love Halloween. Okay, so we've made cards. We've taken our sleeves, right, and made cards. So now we have to have something to do with all of these trays. And I really like these trays. I think they can be used for a lot of different things. Okay, so there's card number 1. These trays, though, you get 15 of them, right? This is a lot of treats. There's a lot of stuff in here. So I'm going to, if we use all of our belly bands to make cards, well, then we need something to do with our boxes. So I've got an idea for you. And it involves an envelope. Okay, so I've got these pieces. This is what I'm going to be decorating it with. I've got a piece of the fresh freesia. Got a cord in my way and it's just casting a shadow. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I've got my fresh freesia, okay? And I've got just a regular basic white envelope here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to decorate the envelope a little bit, and then we are going to make another treat packaging. And this you could make for any holiday, okay? So we're going to put our fresh freesia on, put it really good on the flap, and then we're going to fussy cut that out. If I can find a snips. Really and truly, my brain just kind of goes away. There they are. I think it's because when I start this, I go and I shove everything to the sides and things get mixed up. I know. Are you messy crafters or are you tidy crafters? I am 100% messy crafter. Not even gonna lie. When I am in a creative process, I am all over the place. So that's how I roll. And I admire people who are neat crafters. But my brain is just messy. Okay, so we are going to, we've just got our flap here, right? Let's do a little bit of stamping on that. I've got my, the stamps that is stars. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of different stars on my, and this is a really good stamp because it really fits. Like, sometimes they don't fit really well. This one makes, you can get it like, so it's really scattered looking, which I think is so much fun. It fits together well. It pieces in very well. Do some turning around. One more. Okay, there we go. So we've got this beautiful starred piece here. Now I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to tell you a little hack. Let's get rid of this blade because I don't want to cut this up. And I know that I will. So I'm going to set my blade aside. I don't need any help messing this up. I am going to score this 3 times. So 1 1/4 out this way. Okay. 1 1/4 on this side, and then 1 1/4 right there. And what I'm going to be doing is making a little pouch with it. So we can set that aside. And so now tuck, let's see if we can get it tucked in there without ripping. You have to be ginger with this one. Okay, we're going to put that in afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this just takes some finessing, okay? And it takes some working. Oh, I got ink. That's okay. We'll make it look like it was supposed to be there. So just keep folding out and folding out. Fold those, fold those. Did you guys know you could make more out of your envelopes than what just an envelope? For real. Okay, so we're making, you get it to the corners, and then you've got a point, and you crease it, and then that is going to fold over onto the bottom, okay? So you're going to work it out, just keep working and working and working to get that. And this takes practice. It may take a couple of envelopes, so if you've got ugly envelopes laying around, practice on those first, right? I don't know if you guys do that, but I take some of my like papers that I don't like, the stuff that I don't like, that's what I practice on. Because there's always one paper in every pack that you're like, ugh. Seriously. Okay, so now we're going to fold this in ever so gently. And it can be done because I've done it before. There we go. There's one side. And there's the other side. Woohoo, I did it. Okay, like I said, it can be done. And so we're just going to fold that so it's nice and pretty. And that's why you want to make sure when you put your purple on that you get the edges really good with your adhesive, okay? So now we're going to put some adhesive on the bottom, and I would be fairly liberal with it, and then just set it down and push down, right? And do the same thing on the other one. And then set it down and push down. And so now, check this out. I've got my orange tray all ready to go. It fits in there perfectly. Ta-da! So it's nice and sturdy, and you can decorate it. So let's decorate it quick. I have, let's see here. What did I say I was going to use? I was going to use these two pieces. So we're going to adhere this directly down onto the front, just like, uh-oh, I put the bats flying down. Bats don't fly down. It's important. It's important. Let's see here. I almost need my glasses. Okay, let's put them, they're flying up now. Whew. I'm getting to the point where I need glasses, guys. I can't see little things anymore, and it's getting worse. It's so not good. Okay, so I've got this Enjoy the Spooky Treat stamp. Stamp straight down, straight up. Let's bring in some dimensionals. I am so in love with this Orchid Oasis color for Halloween. I am so happy. I'm so loving it. That ink is phenomenal. Okay, so enjoy this spooky treat. And you could definitely stamp more if you'd like to on the envelopes and things like that. Let's put a couple of stars on there because we've got lots of stars. Little ones, let's see here, like that, and like that, and we probably should put one right on the, how about like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now you can put some chocolate in there because chocolate makes everything better. I raided my candy drawer for this, just for you guys. All right, so it holds like a nice amount of candy. Isn't that darling? I am so happy with that. So those are my two alternatives for this kit. If you are struggling to fold the trays, I have another video that I will link into this video just to show how to fold the trays quick. Otherwise, I am Mandy VanHavermaet, and I am so appreciative that you took the time to watch. Thanks, and have a great day.